Ooh, the MAFIA has arrived. The MAFIA. You guys love talking ST. That's Bryson DeChambeau Tuesday morning walking up to the driving range at LIV Golf Indianapolis and spotting 3 reporters waiting for him, including Golf.com senior writer Sean Zach. He said it with a grin, not a snarl, and multiple major outlets confirmed the exact same scene independently, right down to the wording. It sounds like a throwaway line from a guy who's used to cameras following him around. It sounds like a throwaway line, but it turned out to be the start of the strangest week DeChambeau's had since he signed with LIV, one that ends with him admitting in LIV's own ground is shaky. We're breaking down the whole week, so hit subscribe if you want the full picture on where LIV actually stands right now, because it didn't stop at a joke. The very next day, Wednesday, a member of DeChambeau's team asked reporter Ryan French to leave the practice range while he was filming Bryson's swing for his Monday Q Info account. No warning given on the spot, no real explanation either, just told to pack up and go. That looked, on the surface, like the MAFIA comment turning into an actual policy toward the press. Except that same afternoon, DeChambeau called French himself, and the two of them talked for about 20 minutes. French later confirmed it on his own account, said it was off the record, but added that he genuinely appreciated the call. So in the space of 24 hours, DeChambeau went from mocking a group of reporters as the MAFIA to personally getting one of them on the phone to smooth things over, which makes this a lot messier than a simple player versus media story, and a lot harder to sum up in one clean headline. Then came Thursday after his opening round, and DeChambeau got a lot more serious with reporters than the driving range joke suggested he would. Asked about LIV's future in a press session picked up across the wire services and every major golf outlet, he said, "It's tough. It's not easy. We definitely have a lot against us." Not exactly the confident company line he's usually given. He followed it with something closer to a plea than a talking point. "I think behind the scenes we've got a lot of people that are working hard to make this possible. My wish is that people give us one more shot and be open-minded." That's not a guy dodging the question or spinning it. That's a guy who sounds like he knows exactly how shaky the ground under him actually is. And there's real ground to be shaky about. LIV's 2026 season is now confirmed to be ending right there at Indianapolis, after the league canceled its Michigan season finale outright. A call that's already being read as a sign of how uncertain things are behind the scenes, not just a scheduling tweak. DeChambeau still told reporters LIV has 100% a way forward if a couple leave, and mentioned 3 different scenarios for how the league's investor deal could handle players walking away, which is the first anyone's heard him admit departures are even a live possibility. That investor, by the way, has reportedly been identified as the private equity firm BC Partners, though nothing about a finalized 2027 schedule or which players are actually staying has been made public yet. That's a lot of uncertainty for a player to be defending on camera, day after day, while also trying to compete for a paycheck. That's the media side and the LIV side of this story. And if you're finding this as wild as we did putting it together, now's a good time to like the video and subscribe, because the next part of this is a completely different DeChambeau. So what's Bryson actually doing about all that uncertainty? On the record, it's all defense. Off the course, though, a few other things have quietly been lining up at the same time, none of them waiting around for LIV to sort itself out. 5 days before any of that press conference drama, on Monday, DeChambeau stood next to Gary Player in a video announcement and confirmed he's playing the Nedbank Golf Challenge this December at Player's own course in Sun City, South Africa. It's his first DP World Tour start outside a major since July of 2022, a tour he hasn't teed it up on in years. His quote said it all. "I've been privileged to have won Jack Nicklaus's tournament and Arnold Palmer's tournament. Now, I want to win Gary Player's tournament." 3 legends, 3 tournaments, and he's already crossed 2 of them off the list. Rewind a couple weeks earlier, before any of this week's drama, and DeChambeau had already said something similar to the New York Post. "Personally, I'd love to be able to play events on the PGA Tour too. It's not an either-or mentality, it's can we do both?" In that same conversation, he said he's 100% certain he'll be on LAV next year. So it wasn't him hinting at leaving, it was him wanting more, not less. Worth knowing that comment predates this week's tension by about 2 weeks. It's real. It's just a different news cycle. Then there's the part of his life that has nothing to do with the tee time at all. DeChambeau told Front Office Sports this week that a YouTube-only, tour-independent path is an incredibly viable option for him, pointing to his 2.57 million subscribers and his Break 50 series, which has already hosted guests like Steph Curry, Tom Brady, and Donald Trump, a guest list most golf broadcasts. This one included simply can't compete with. And on top of all of it, Us Weekly and TMZ both confirmed this week that DeChambeau, 32, is dating model Michaela DeMater, 26. An insider called it fairly new and said the two are very happy. She'd already been spotted at LIV Golf New York earlier this month, wearing a Crushers GC hat and a guest pass, so it's not like this has been some closely guarded secret either. None of that has anything to do with the leaderboard, and none of it needs LIV to still be around for it to keep growing. So look at everything sitting on the table at once. The same week DeChambeau's telling reporters to back off and insisting LIV has 100% a way forward, he's also locking in a start at Gary Player's own tournament, talking up a YouTube audience bigger than most golf broadcasts get, and living a very public relationship that's putting his name in headlines that have nothing to do with golf at all. Nobody's got him on record saying he's looking for a way out. By every quote he's given, he still wants a LIV to work. But a guy that publicly loyal usually isn't also this busy building things that don't need LIV to survive at all. Whether that's just Bryson being Bryson or something else is genuinely an open question right now, and it's one his own comments don't fully answer either way. Bryson says LIV's got 100% a way forward, but everything else on his calendar this month. A Legends tournament in December, a YouTube channel that doesn't need a golf tour at all, a relationship that's already making headlines without a single swing. Sure looks like a guy keeping his options wide open. Is that loyalty, or is that just being smart? Tell us what you think in the comments and hit subscribe, because whichever way this goes, it's going to move fast.